Hi everyone, welcome to the session of BCA Electronic Circuit Analysis. In this class, we will learn about what is harmonic distortion, what is second harmonic distortion. We can also call it as 3-point method. So here we are calculating the second harmonic distortion. We will calculate that value. And in previous session, we have covered class A power amplifier. What is class A power amplifier? How many types of class A power amplifiers are there? What is direct coupled class A, what is the efficiency of series fed direct coupled class A, and next second one is transformer coupled class A. What is the efficiency of transformer coupled class A, what are the advantages and disadvantages of that particular amplifier. So these topics we have covered in previous session. Now we will see distortion in amplifiers. Normally, for amplifiers, we are giving some AC signal. That is, we are giving some input signal which is alternating in nature. That is, we can apply some sinusoidal waveform. So that is the basic features that may be amplitude or frequency or phase may change. That means the basic frequency or features, sorry, the features of any alternating signal, that is AC signal or amplitude, frequency, and phase. So these are the main characteristics of AC signal. Here we are applying that AC signal to the amplifier. So the amplifier output should be produced faithfully. Whenever we are applying some AC input signal, the output should be reproduced faithfully. That is, reproduced faithfully means there should not be any change or distortion in the amplitude, frequency, and phase of the signal. Okay, so that means whenever we are applying some AC signal, input signal, the output should be reproduced faithfully without any distortion in amplitude, in frequency, or in phase. So hence the possible distortion may happen in that is, if you have some amplitude distortion, that is the distortion in amplitude, that is amplitude distortion, phase distortion, and frequency distortion. We may have different types of distortions when we are dealing with some AC signals. Okay, so that means output cannot be reproduced, the output will not be reproduced faithfully. We may have some distortions. Okay, so we can neglect phase distortion. Phase phase distortion are not detectable by the human ears. So next, we can also eliminate the frequency distortion, because frequency distortion is not more important in the power amplifiers. In audio frequency amplifiers, we can neglect frequency distortion. That may not be a problem in this case. So, but whereas if you consider some amplitude distortion, it is that is, it should be considered. It should be considered because of this distortion. We may have some lesser efficiency. Okay, so it is assumed that the transistor is linear device. Let us consider the transistor is linear device. What is meant by linear device? Perfectly linear device. Whatever the signal we are applying, that is reproduced exactly at the output. Okay, so that is the dynamic characteristics of a transistor is a straight line. That means if you draw the graph between input and output, we have a straight line path. That is, the graph is a straight line. Okay, that is IC is equal to K into I. But in practical circuits, the dynamic characteristics is not perfectly linear. Okay, that means there is some non-linearity. So due to such non-linearity in the dynamic characteristics, the waveform of the output voltage differs from the input signal. So here we are taking some linear device, that is a transistor. If you draw the characteristics, dynamic characteristics, then we cannot have some linear characteristics. That is, we cannot have some straight line. So because of such non-linearity in the characteristics, the waveform output also differs from the input signal. The waveform will not be reproduced faithfully at the output. So such type of distortion is called nonlinear distortion or amplitude distortion, or we can also call it as harmonic distortion. So here the harmonic distortion plays an important role in the power amplifier. That means because of this distortion, there is a chance of reducing, or there is a chance of getting some lower efficiency. Okay, so that's why we are calculating harmonic distortion, or we are focusing on the harmonic distortion, or we can also call it as amplitude distortion. Okay. So what is harmonic distortion? Harmonic distortion means the presence of frequency components, that is unwanted frequency components in the output waveform, which are not present in the input signal. So harmonic distortion means because of this distortion at the output we can have some unwanted frequency components. Those frequency components are not present in the input signal. Okay. So the component which is same as the input signal, the frequency component which is same as the input frequency signal is called fundamental frequency component. Okay, that should be appeared at the output, but instead of fundamental frequency component, or in addition with the fundamental frequency component, we have some additional frequency components at the output signal. Okay, and that leads to some distortion, and these are the multiple integer multiples of the fundamental frequency. Okay, so these components, these unwanted frequency components are called harmonic components, and because of these components we can have some harmonic distortion. Okay, so for example, if our fundamental frequency is fh, that is if our input frequency is fh, and the output signal should also contain this frequency only, that is fh only. But in addition with this f frequency or fh, we may have some 2f or 3f or 4f. That means at these frequencies also we may have some signal. At this frequency only we can get some signal, but in addition with this frequency we may have the signal at these frequencies also. Okay, these additional frequency components 2f, 3f and 4f are called unwanted frequency components. Because of these frequency components we can get some harmonic distortion, because these are not in the input signal. These frequency components are not in the input signal. These are all appears in the output signal only. Okay, and out of all these frequency components, the 2f component, that is the second frequency component or the second harmonic frequency, the second harmonic frequency has large amplitude. Because of this second harmonic frequency we may get higher distortion. Okay, 2f means second harmonic frequency, 3f means third harmonic frequency. Okay, and so on. So but out of all these frequency components, due to this frequency, due to second harmonic frequency, we may face higher frequency, higher harmonic distortion. Okay, so next, as the second harmonic amplitude is largest, the second harmonic distortion is more important in the analysis part. Okay, because of 2f frequency, because of second harmonic frequency, we may have highest harmonic distortion. Okay, so that's why we are calculating second harmonic distortion. And next, if you observe the figure, here we have different types of figures. First one represents the fundamental frequency component. Second figure represents second harmonic frequency, that is at that frequency we may have some signal. And third harmonic frequency, and last one is distorted signal. Okay, so that is the distorted waveform is obtained by adding the fundamental frequency component with these additional components. So these are the additional components. 2f sin 2 omega t sin 3 omega t means these are the additional frequency components. And if you add these components, unwanted frequency components, with this desired frequency or the input signal frequency, that we may have some distorted signal at the output. Okay, so that is harmonic distortion. Next, let us consider if the fundamental frequency component has an amplitude b1. At this frequency we may have some amplitude, that is b1. Let us consider the amplitude is b1, and the nth harmonic component has an amplitude of bn. Nth harmonic component means here we have two second harmonic, third harmonic, fourth harmonic, and so on, nth harmonic. So at the nth harmonic frequency, the amplitude of that signal is bn. Let us consider. Then the percentage harmonic distortion. The harmonic distortion in terms of percentage due to nth harmonic component is percentage dn is equal to mod bn by mod b1 into 100. Okay, so here Dn is the distortion, harmonic distortion due to nth harmonic component. Due to nth harmonic component, that is due to Bn. Bn is the amplitude of nth harmonic frequency. Okay. B1 is the amplitude of fundamental frequency. This is the fundamental frequency, and this is the undesired one, that is additional frequency component. Because of this nth additional amplitude or frequency component, we may have some distortion, and that is calculated by using the formula, that is in terms of percentage. And if you want to calculate the distortion due to second harmonic frequency, because of this component, because of this 2f, we may have some distortion, and that should be calculated by the use of this formula, that is percentage d2 is equal to b2 by b1. And similarly, due to third harmonic frequency, the distortion is g3 is equal to b3 by b1, and so on. Okay, so this is the distortion formula in terms of percentage. Due to nth harmonic, this is the distortion. Due to second harmonic, this is the distortion. Due to third harmonic, this is the distortion. And total harmonic distortion becomes, because of second harmonic, third harmonic, fourth harmonic, and nth harmonic. So all the harmonic distortions can be, that is the total distortion due to all the harmonic components or frequency components becomes, that is percentage d is equal to square root of d2 square plus d3 square plus d4 square and so on into 100, where d is the total harmonic distortion. Okay, because of all these harmonics, the output signal may get distorted. Okay, and next, so we are calculating second harmonic distortion. Why we are calculating second harmonic distortion? Already in previous slide we have seen that because of second harmonic frequency, we may face higher distortion. That is, out of all the frequency components, the second harmonic has the largest amplitude. Because of that largest amplitude, it may give higher distortion compared to all the harmonics. Okay, so that's why we are calculating second harmonic distortion. That is the distortion due to the second frequency component. Okay, and this distortion, this type of calculation can also be called as 3-point method. By the use of 3-point method, we are calculating the second harmonic distortion. Okay, and here to investigate the second harmonic distortion, to calculate the second harmonic distortion, assume the dynamic transfer characteristics of the transistor is parabolic, because it is linear. If you observe the figure, this is IB. IB means input current. IC means output current. Okay, base current and collector current, input and output. And if you draw the characteristics between the input and output, it should be linear. It should be linear. If it is linear, then output reproduced faithfully. We can say that. And that is the ideal one. But in practical, that is not possible, because we may have some distortion. Okay, and because of that distortion, the curve becomes like this. Okay, and it is non-linear. It is in parabolic shape. Okay, so because of, let us consider, we may have some distortion in our circuit or in our output. So let us find out that distortion due to second harmonic frequency, and for that one we are considering the non-linear characteristics. Okay, that is output is not reproduced faithfully because of this distortion. And next, let an AC input signal. We are applying some AC input signal for the circuit. We are applying some sinusoidal signal to the circuit, and the base current, the input current, which is in the cosine form, cosine in nature. Let us consider mathematical expression of base current. This is the input current, IB. IB is equal to IBM cos omega t. This is the input current, base current we are applying for the circuit. And what is the output current? Output current means collector current. Okay, and because of this distortion present in the output characteristics, we may have, that is the equation, mathematical expression as IC is equal to G1 into IB plus G2 into IB square. We are considering up to 2 harmonics only. Okay, we are considering up to 2 harmonics only. So that's why IC is equal to G1 IB plus G2 into IB square. So what is IB here? IB is IBM cos omega t. Substitute that one. G1 into IBM cos omega t plus Z2 into IB square. That is IBM square cos square omega t. What is cos square omega t? Cos square omega t is 1 plus cos 2 omega t by substitute this value. Then IC is equal to G1 IBM cos omega t plus Z2 IBM square cos square omega t. So that is 1 plus cos 2 omega t by 2. Okay. So IC is equal to G1 IBM cos omega t plus 1 by 2 into G2 IBM square plus G2 by 2 into IBM square cos 2 omega. Just we are simplifying this equation. Okay. And this equation can also be written as IC is equal to B0 plus B1 cos omega t plus B2 cos 2 omega t, where B0 is this term, that is half G2 IBM square, and B1 cos omega t is this term, that is G1 IBM cos omega t, where B1 is G1 into IBM. Next, B2 cos 2 omega t is this term. So that is G2 by 2 IBM square cos 2 omega t, where B2 is G2 by 2 into IBM square. Okay. So here the last term represents the second harmonic component. This term represents the second harmonic component because here we have 2 omega. 2 omega means 2F component, second frequency component or second harmonic component. Because of this component or because of this frequency component, we may have some higher distortion. Okay, so that's why we are finding this value in order, that is the distortion due to this frequency component or this harmonic frequency component. Okay, so let us find out the distortion. And here, if you draw the collector waveform, if you draw the collector current waveform, if you draw the output waveform for the analysis, here this represents the output collector current waveform. Okay, total collector current waveform, and this is ICQ, and this is maximum current, this is minimum current, and we are using 3 points only in order to find out the distortion. 1, 2, 3. That is at omega is equal to 0 and omega is equal to pi by 2 and omega is equal to pi. At 3, we are considering 3 points. By the use of 3 points, these 3 points only, we are finding the distortion due to second harmonic frequency. Okay. So next, IC is equal to, here we are also considering ICQ. ICQ is the quiescent current because of DC voltage. Because of DC voltage, internally this is also present. So that's why we are considering ICQ also, ICQ plus B0. So this term represents the DC component. This term represents the DC component, and B1 is the amplitude of the fundamental frequency. B1 is the amplitude of fundamental frequency component, that is at frequency F. That is at what frequency we are applying input signal. So the related output signal at that frequency. Okay. And B2 is the amplitude of the second harmonic component. This is the distortion component. Okay. From 2F, 3F, 4F, and so on, we can have some distortion. So here we may get some 2 omega term, that is second harmonic term, and because of this frequency we may have some distortion. So this is the amplitude of that harmonic component. B2 is the amplitude of second harmonic component. Okay. So let us find out the equations at each and every point. So at point 1, omega t is 0. At point 1, omega t is 0. Let us consider this is point 1. Okay. At point 1, what is omega t? This is omega t axis. Omega t is 0. Okay. Omega t is 0. Omega t pi by 2. Omega t pi. These are the 3 points. At first point, omega t is 0. And at first point, at omega t is 0, what is maximum? What is the current? Current is I max. So let us derive the equations next. So 1 minute. So at point 1, omega t is 0. Omega t 0 means here we have the equation. IC is equal to ICQ plus B0 plus B1 cos omega t plus B2 cos omega. So let us substitute omega t is 0. Omega t is 0. Then this equation becomes IC is equal to ICQ plus B0 plus B1 into cos omega t 0. And cos omega t is 0, that is cos 0, plus B2 into cos 2 omega t, that is B2 into cos 0. 2 into 0 is 0. Okay. So equation becomes IC is equal to, small ic is equal to capital ICQ plus B0 plus B1 cos 0 plus B2 cos 0. Okay. So that will become IC is equal to ICQ plus B0 plus B1 plus B2. Because cos 0 is 1. So that's why ICQ plus B0 plus B1 cos 0 is B1. B2 cos 0 is B2. So this, consider this one as first equation. Okay. And next at point 2. At point 2 is, at omega t is pi by 2. This is second point. At this point, what is omega t? This is omega t axis. At this point, omega t is pi by 2. So substitute in place of omega t pi by 2 in this equation. Okay. This equation becomes small ic is equal to ICQ plus B0 plus B1 cos pi by 2 plus B2 cos pi by 2. That is cos 90. Okay. Cos 90 means 0. So that's why IC is equal to ICQ plus B0 plus B1 into cos 90. That is 0. And here we have 2 into omega, 2 into 90. That is 180. Cos 180 is minus 1. So that's why minus B2. So equation becomes IC is equal to capital ICQ plus B0 minus B2. B1 is 0. Okay. So consider this one as second equation. Next at point 3. At point 3, that is at this point, what is omega t? At this point, if you observe, omega t is pi. Okay, substitute this value in this equation. Then IC is equal to ICQ plus B0 plus B1 cos pi plus B2 cos 2 into pi. So this equation becomes IC plus ICQ plus B0 plus cos pi. Cos pi means 180. So that is minus 1 and 2 into 180. That is 360. That is 1. Okay. So IC is equal to ICQ plus B0 minus B1 plus B2. This is third equation. Just we are substituting the values, related values at 3 points. Okay. And let us analyze at point 1. What is the current at point 1? At point 1, current is Imax. At point 2, what is current? Current is ICQ. At point 3, what is current? Current is I min. Okay. And these equations becomes at point 1. At point 1, IC is Imax. So that's why this equation becomes Imax is equal to ICQ plus B0 plus B1 plus B2. Okay. And at point 2, what is current? Current is IC. So at point 2, IC becomes ICQ is equal to ICQ plus B0 minus B2. Okay. And at point 3, what is current? At point 3, current is I minimum. So at point 3, that is IC becomes I minimum. I minimum is equal to ICQ plus B0 minus B1 plus B2. Just we are substituting the current, maximum, minimum and quiescent current in these equations. We have 3 equations. Okay. So if you simplify the equations, from this equation, ICQ will be cancelled. B0 becomes B2. Okay. And if you simplify these equations, then we have B1 as Imax minus I minimum by 2. And similarly, B2 is equal to Imax plus I minimum minus 2 ICQ. Right? So these are the amplitudes or B0, B1, B2 values. And next one, what is distortion? Second harmonic distortion. Here we are finding B0, B1, B2. B0 is DC current, DC component. B1 is fundamental frequency component. B2 is second harmonic frequency component. Okay. So here we should find out the distortion due to this component, due to B2 only. So that's why what is distortion formula? Percentage D is equal to Bn by mod Bn by B1 into 100 if it is nth harmonic. So here we are considering second harmonic. What is distortion? So percentage D2 is equal to mod B2 by B1 into 100. We know B2 and B1 values. Just substitute these two values, B2 and B1, and find out distortion. We may have the related distortion. Okay. So here this represents the distortion due to second harmonic frequency component, and here this method is also called as 3-point method. That means by the use of 3 points we are finding the distortion. Okay, this is the distortion due to second harmonic frequency. Similarly, we can also find out the third harmonic frequency, the distortion due to third, fourth and so on. Okay. Next, power due to distortion. Okay, power due to distortion. That means if you have some distortion, what is the output power? Okay, we know the formula of power. P is equal to I square RL by. What is Im here? If you take peak value, Im is peak value of current. Okay, here the power is represented in terms of peak current. In terms of peak current, we may represent. In terms of peak to peak current, we may represent. In terms of RMS current also, we may represent. But here we are taking the power in terms of peak current. Okay, already we know what is peak current. Peak current is I peak to peak by 2. What is I peak to peak? I max minus I minimum by 2. Okay, so that is Im is equal to I max minus I minimum by 2. And from this equation, what is B1? B1 is I max minus I minimum by 2. So in place of Im is I max minus I minimum by 2. And similarly, B1 is also I max minus I minimum by 2. In place of Im, we can substitute B1 also. We can substitute B1 here. In order to get the power due to distortion, we are modifying the current into the amplitudes, corresponding amplitudes, B1, B2, and so on. So here, if we substitute in place of Im as B1, then the equation becomes PAC is equal to half into B1 square into RL. In place of Im, we are substituting B1. That is the fundamental frequency formula. Okay. So next, the power delivered to the load increases proportional to the amplitude of harmonic component. So that is the output power due to distortion. That is PAC suffix D means the AC power output due to harmonic distortion. That is half V1 square RL plus half V2 square RL plus half V3 square RL and so on. So this is the power due to the fundamental frequency component. Okay. And if you have some distortion, that is if you have some second harmonic distortion, if you have some third harmonic distortion, then the power becomes half V1 square RL plus half V2 square RL plus half V3 square RL and so on. So as the distortion increases, that means we may have some additional components here. Okay. And the total distortion, the power due to distortion becomes half V1 square RL into 1 plus B2 square by B1 square plus B3 square by B1 square and so on. Just we are taking the term as common, that is half B1 square RL. So PACD is equal to half B1 square RL into 1 plus B2 by B1 means D2. Okay. B3 by B1 means D3. B4 by B1 means D4. We know the formula. B2 by B1 means D2. B3 by B1 means D3. Okay. So in place of B2 by B1, we are substituting D. That is D2. In place of B3 by B1, we are substituting B3 and so on. So here this equation represents the power due to all the harmonic components. That is due to harmonic components. And we can also write it as PACD is equal to this term considered as PAC into 1 plus this total term D2 square plus C3 square and so on. Consider that one as D. So that is this one. So this is the distortion this is the power, output power due to harmonic distortion. Okay. So thank you.